Welcome to this online lecture for preparing for Level 6. Many of you will want to continue your study after the foundation degree, and there will be a few options for you. And I've put together this study skills lecture in order to prompt you to some thought at this stage in your course. I understand you may be coming across this online lecture quite early on in the year. However, just having some of these questions in the back of your mind will be quite useful as you prepare and complete your final year. One of the things you'll want to consider is your approach to study. There'll be areas in which you're already aware that you have challenges, or that you've perhaps not worked on in the way that you'd expected or hoped for during your foundation degree. And here are some of the things that may be worth a bit more planning over. Think about your time management. If you have less time, or if you've got more required of you, and this level is a step up, obviously, then it will require even more of your time. So if you've been challenged by time management before, you may need to consider where you're going to put more attention to that. You may need to put further attention towards your note taking. Perhaps you've not done a lot of this for the foundation degree during your lectures or during your reading, but it's certainly very useful for writing assignments and processing information. You may want to make social considerations. When will you study? How will this interact with other elements of your life? And if you are relocating to study, you may need to think about what that will mean in a broader sense. Likewise, with physical restrictions, you may have a commuting distance to do. You may be relocating to do this the next level, Level 6. These things all perhaps need consideration. We're very excited to initiate the BA next year, and this will provide you with an opportunity to continue studying as part of the Light project. However, this isn't your only option. We still have the connection with the university, so you can do a BA in theology on the main campus. And there are other university connections around the country as well. I think this list of connections is quite extensive now, so I perhaps would be outdated quite soon if I started naming them. And if you know which of these you would prefer to do, then you'll have different considerations to make. If you are planning to be part of the University of Chester or a different institution, you need to consider the new environment. There is a new delivery to the course, which will have multiple impacts on you. So it all depends on what it is you really want to get out of it. The nature and focus of each course is very different. So I'm quite aware that the module structure for the University of Chester is such that you start most of your modules, if not all of them, in September, and you have them running alongside each other throughout the year. And this would require a very different approach to your assignments, to your study, and to your continual learning. That is something to bear in mind, because it creates a big adjustment there for the students we've had in the past going on to do that. I would recommend, if you are seriously thinking of going to the University of Chester or a different institution, I would recommend meeting with other students who have also studied at those places, just to have a better idea of what it actually is like on the ground. And particularly with the University of Chester, it helps you to know what it's been like for them and the challenges they've had as they've made this transition. If you'd like us to put you in touch with any students on that matter, do let us know. Now, critical analysis is something that you will have already begun at level 5 and even hopefully touched upon in level 4. As you develop further within your academic levels, you have increased credibility and opportunity to share your own thoughts. So this is really important that you begin to interact with the sources that you're reading on a much deeper level. Just be aware that in order to do this, you're going to need to spend longer researching, and this is going to take more of your time, as I've said before. This is not an optional add-on. If this is something you've struggled with before, then perhaps you'd want to discuss that further with one of us about how you can work on your critical analysis skills. At this stage, it seems crazy early, but I would recommend that you consider your dissertation. There are it is possible that the BA with the Light project will be conducted in such a way that you won't have to do a dissertation, but usually for a BA there is a dissertation that a student will need to do, and this is the equivalent of 2 modules together. So it's a very sizable piece of work, and again, this is going to need a lot of reading. I would recommend that you take at least the summer of after you finish your foundation degree to think about and prepare for your dissertation. You may want to do preliminary meetings. It's a great opportunity to take that time to meet with practitioners in the area that you may be interested to study. And this is also something you should take advantage of your PAT in discussing with them what it is you intend to do, and allow them to support you in whatever way they can on that level. So, how can we help? For the reasons I've already mentioned, I recommend that you think ahead and give yourself time to consider what it is you want to do, how God is leading you, and these questions are not easily answered overnight and simply. So do let us know how we can help you. Perhaps you'd like us to make inquiries, pray with you. Perhaps towards the end of the year, it will be possible to adjust the seminars that we have during the learning weekends in order to suit what you sense your call is, and the best way to move forward in the next steps. I hope that's been a bit useful. All the best.